All right. How we sounding? How we looking? Is everything working? Let's see here. My streaming software, I swear, it didn't start. I clicked start stream and then it looked like it started and I did my whole intro and then it didn't actually start. So, is what it is, but we're here now. What you're about to watch is episode 13 of SmartyTalks. This is going to be one of the best episodes yet, and I know that I say that a lot, but this time it's really true. Just like always, because today I'm going to share with you some concepts that will help you to become a better content creator, no matter if you're small or if you've been doing it for a long time. We're going to be learning a lot in this stream about content creation. We're going to be answering a lot of questions, and it's going to be great. So episode 13 of Smarty Talks. Let's go. So I'm going to check the chat right now, and let's see. All right, yo, Step Josh, yo, Java, yo, BubbleX, yo, Anonymous. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. So today we're going to talk about content creation. So as you know, on this channel, we don't just discuss ROBLOX development, we discuss content creation a ton. Content creation is definitely one of my favorite topics because content creation is seriously one of the biggest changes that has happened in the world. I mean, decades and decades ago, content creation was not a thing. But now it's something that we all do, we all consume every day. We all consume content every day, and we just take it for granted. But really, content creation, if you really think about it, is a revolutionary thing. And most people are not taking advantage of content creation to the maximum extent that they could. If you're watching this, you probably aren't using this opportunity to its full advantage for yourself yet. So what you're about to watch is going to help you to start taking advantage of this opportunity that we have in the 21st century to create content and build a following and become successful on social media, because things are heating up. And I mean, it's not just on ROBLOX, it's not just in this, just on YouTube. It is in every niche and it is on every platform, from YouTube to X. There is so much opportunity in content creation, and I want you all to be able to take advantage of it to the maximum ability that you can. So what the advice that you're about to hear is really applicable to any platform at any size, no matter who you are. So it's going to be great. So we're going to be talking about some channel news first. So just some updates on the channel and some things especially that are related to content creation, because I'm going to explain how those are related in just a moment. We've had some cool things happening. I mean, if you've been watching the community posts recently, you've definitely seen that there have been some interesting things happening. And there's definitely a lot here that shows the potential in content creation. So, yeah. So, if you have been on these streams where I show my face, you would know that I also have a second channel, by the way. It's about content creation. You can subscribe to that below. It's called Remy. And all I discuss on that channel is content. So go ahead and subscribe to that if you want to get more info like this. Yeah, so first things first. So the recent news on the channel. So something cool that happened recently was I actually met a YouTuber that I know, that I'm friends with. And I met him in person, actually. His name's Jeffrey James. And if you have seen the community posts tab on the channel, or you've seen the post pop up as you were scrolling through YouTube, you saw that I met and hung out with Jeffrey James. Now, he's another ROBLOX YouTuber. We've been friends for a while, but we finally met up, hung out. And it's crazy because it shows the potential of content creation. You can make friends through content creation. You can build connections through content creation. You can network with content creation. And we're going to be discussing all of that in this stream, how you can do the exact same thing. It's very exciting stuff. So let's see if I can actually pull up the community tab on the stream. youtube.com/, let's see, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can add it on stream. That's weird. Let's see. Ah, there we go. There we go. We got it. We got the community posts. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we just need it over there. All right. Let's see. I just have to adjust something, then I can show the picture. Weird. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to do that. It doesn't work. Well, streaming. Definitely has some interesting things about it that you don't run into when you're making videos. All right. Let's just jump into it. So yeah, I met Jeffrey James. It was really fun, and we talked a lot about content creation. And I'm going to be having him on a future SmartyTalks, so you'll see that in the future very soon. And I think that it just shows that through content creation, you can really open opportunities for yourself to make friends, to network, to do all kinds of cool things that we're going to discuss on this stream. So let's get started. So why should you create more content? That's the first point here. So the title of this stream that you just saw is create more content. But why is this? Why should you create more content? Well, creating content has a lot of benefits that most people don't really realize. Most people don't know the true benefits to content creation. They think that the only things that you can gain when you create content are views, subscribers, and money. But there's a lot more to it than just these external results. As I've created content over the last 4 years, I learned very fast that content creation is secretly a way to build a lot of skills. You build skills in speaking. You build skills in editing. You build skills in graphic design. You build skills in persuasion. You build skills in marketing, sales, brand management. leadership, community management, and more. Content creation is such a high value field. It's such a high value thing to get into that I think everyone should create content. So, content creation, there are so many different benefits to doing it. And if you're watching this, I seriously think that if you're not a content creator yet, definitely get started. Content creation is one of the biggest opportunities that exists right now. And it's going to be like that for a long time. But yeah, so you're going to learn all those different skills from content creation. And I think that if all I got were these skills and I didn't get the views, the subscribers, the money from YouTube and content creation, I think I would still do it. These skills alone it's so worth it. You're going to learn so much when you do content creation. I mean, if you make a video, what goes into that? You have to learn how to speak well on camera. You have to learn how to edit that video in an editing software. You have to learn Premiere Pro or something like that. You have to learn how to design the thumbnail when you post it on YouTube. Then once the video comes out, you have to learn how to manage a community. You're going to get people coming in, throwing positive comments, negative comments, everything. You have to learn how to manage that. Then you have to learn when your first video probably gets not that many views, like 0. You have to learn how to then go and strategize and grow your content. You learn strategy. So you're going to learn a lot of skills when you get started in content creation. And most people don't know that content creation can bring you all these added benefits. I mean, if you asked someone if you could do something that would teach you 10 skills in one, and it only takes you an hour a week to do this, and it costs nothing for you to get started, don't you think that they'd say yes? I think they would. But then the second that you say, oh, make content, most people say, it's too hard, I can't. But really, I just told you, you learn all these different skills from it. All these skills that if all you got were those skills, it would be worth it. It'd be worth it on its own. And it's really powerful. Now, another thing that you're going to gain when you create content is a better mindset. So through creating content, you're going to learn how to post content with consistency. And this is going to teach you the mindset of discipline. So as you're creating content, many people find that, I mean, when you upload videos, you obviously don't always get the amount of views that you want. You don't always get subscribers. You don't always, when you start, you don't make any money at all. And this can be really discouraging, and it makes a lot of people quit. But the people who continue in content creation are the people who develop discipline. Discipline is about doing the work even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't feel like making a video, even when you don't feel like getting on a live stream, even when you don't feel like sitting down and writing content, writing out posts on X, whatever type of content you create. You just do it anyways, even if you don't feel like it. And that is really one of the first keys to content creation success, developing a mindset of discipline. Now, another thing, I mentioned that a lot of creators don't get the results they want from YouTube when they get started. That makes a lot of YouTubers blame the algorithm. They think, the algorithm's not giving me any views. It's not giving me any subs. It's not making my videos pop off. It's not making people watch them. So why would I keep going? Why would I keep going? I'm just going to quit. This is stupid. And that's what happens to a lot of people, right? But the problem is that they didn't develop the next mindset. This mindset is one of self-responsibility. So through creating content, you also, if you are a creator who's going to become successful, you learn a mindset of self-responsibility next. So you stop taking a victim mindset, giving yourself a victim mindset of saying, oh, it's the algorithm's fault. And you instead say, no, I am responsible for the content I create, and I'm responsible for working hard to ensure that I can get better results. You take responsibility. You say, hey, my channel's not doing well, but that's my fault. That is my responsibility to go and change that and improve that. And this is a very powerful benefit to content creation, because now, with all the mindsets I'm telling you about, this isn't just gonna apply to YouTube. When you do content creation, you're now gonna go and you're gonna do everything in your life with these mindsets. You're gonna do everything with more discipline. You're gonna do everything with more of a mindset of self-responsibility. And creators who become successful, they have to build themselves up, and they have to build their own mindset for success. And this is very powerful, because the next mindset is that it teaches you a mindset of self-reliance. So it teaches you that most people have a job. Most people go to a boss who gives them the tasks for the day. Most people have a 9-to-5, whether that's working at a McDonald's or working in an office building, and they have other people tell them the work that they need to do. But when you get started in content creation, you very quickly realize that it's you in charge. You're the one who calls the shots on every single decision. And it gives you a lot of pressure on your shoulders a lot of the time. And this leads many creators to quit. This is another factor that leads a lot of creators to quit. But again, the creators who will go on to succeed, they develop a mindset of self-reliance. They say, okay, it's me alone in this. I'm the only one who manages my channel, who's in charge of my content. So I'm going to do the work to make better videos and improve myself to the point where I can create great content. And I'm going to manage my own time. I'm going to manage the content I create and the schedule I post it on. And they take on such a mindset of self-reliance and independence. Now, if you're listening to this and you've heard all those mindsets that I've just said, you're probably thinking, these are really useful. And most people don't actually have these mindsets. Most people are oftentimes relying on motivation. They don't have discipline. They have a victim mindset a lot of the time. They blame external circumstances for their results. And they aren't self-reliant, and they need someone else to tell them what to do for the day's work. But when you become a content creator, you learn to do these things yourself. You develop a mindset that allows you to create content at a high level, and thus you're actually going to do everything better when you create content. You understand? So we've talked about how content creation can create opportunities for you. We've talked about how it can build a better mindset for you. But what's next? Well, I'm going to expand on that point of creating opportunities. So I talked about how it can help you to meet people. It can help you to network with people, as I did with Jeffrey James and many others. But it doesn't just create opportunities in networking. Content creation will actually create opportunities in your income potential. It will create opportunities in potential commission work. For example, if you're doing graphic design or if you're doing a development skill on ROBLOX, people might reach out to you because you're posting content. It will give you opportunities in terms of growing a personal brand, and people will know you. Thus, they'll be willing to spend money to buy things from you. Content creation will also create opportunities to get noticed by large brands that might want to sponsor you. So through content creation, you create opportunities for yourself. And the more content you create, the more that you actually expand what they call your luck surface area. So your luck surface area is essentially how much luck you have. And your luck surface area, the wider it is, the more of a chance that opportunities will land on it for you. So the more content you post, the more luck surface area you have, the more chance that you're going to get an opportunity coming your way. So if you post one video, you're not going to have that much luck surface area. But if you keep posting with consistency over time, you post a video daily for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months and months, years and years and years, daily, weekly, or bi-weekly, you're going to start building up some major luck surface area, right? And the more content that you put out there, the more that people who might want to give you a job are going to come at you, throwing opportunities your way. The more that you're going to have fans who might want to spend money and pay you for more content or more one-on-one guidance. The more that you're going to have people who might want to network with you and become friends with you. You are going to build luck surface area. So, next, content creation requires a lot of consistency. You hear this a lot. Content creation, anytime you look for advice on this topic, people say consistency is key. That's it. And they just leave you with that. Like that's all the advice you need. When you know, and I know, there's a lot more to it than that. Content creation requires a lot of skill. You need to be good at a lot of things. We talked about the skills that you need to be a good content creator. And to build that skill in the first place leaves a lot of people stuck. How do you do it? How do you build those skills in video editing, in speaking, in graphic design, in community management, in persuasion, in script writing? All these different skills that you need to make it in content creation. How do you do it? Well, the secret that people don't tell you about consistency is that consistency is how you build those skills in the first place. See, most people say, oh, be consistent so that you can grow your channel. But what they don't tell you is that consistency isn't just a strategy to grow your channel. Consistency is a strategy to grow your skill set, to become a better creator. I'll explain how. So, when you are creating content with consistency, you're going to get more of a sense of the game. You're going to get more of a sense of the field that you're in. The more that you go on in doing anything, the more that you kind of build up an intuition of what's needed to do something successfully. As I've created content over the years, I went from going to want to make a video and thinking, I don't know what to do to get views. I don't know what to make. Just making some kind of trash video like we all do when we get started in content. And I went all the way to creating content, and it's just automatic. Like I know what to do to make a successful video. I know what to do every single time. It's just automatic. Like if you ask me, how do you make your videos pop off? How did you make that latest video about how to monetize your ROBLOX development skills pop off? Honestly, it would take me a minute to come up with the answer. Why? Because it's automatic. I don't think. I just do it. It's because over time, you build an intuition. You gain a sense of the game. You know the field that you're in. You know what you need to do and what has worked in the past. And it's just this thing that happens, and you just kind of subconsciously just go out and do the steps to make a video. It's just mastery. That's what it is. And you're going to build this over time. But consistency is really the key to doing this. When you're uploading content with consistency, over time, you're going to get more and more skill. You're going to improve. I mean, many people say, I had a commenter, a guy who was really mad at me for saying that consistency is really important, because he was told basically the lie that consistency is only a strategy to grow. It's a lie. It is not only a strategy to grow. It's much more than that, like I'm telling you right now. And he got really mad at me for this community post that I just created recently. Many of you might have seen it. I mentioned consistency in it. But I was basically saying what I'm telling you right now. I was saying, look, consistency is a way to build skill. But no, he got mad. You want to know why? He got mad because he was sold that lie, that consistency on its own is enough to grow. That consistency is just a strategy for growth. So he started uploading videos and he thought, if I'm just consistent, I'm going to get some views, I'm going to get some subscribers. But he didn't get anywhere. So now he's just frustrated, feeling like, what the heck? I was sold this fantasy that's not real. And then what's he going to do? He's going to go and he's going to project that onto me in my posts saying, hey, go be consistent to improve at your skill. But he didn't realize I'm not saying the same thing. So if you don't want to end up like him, and I hope if he's watching that he can learn from this, because there's a very key element that he and anyone else is missing. Fedora Dev said pre-recorded. That is a compliment. Thank you very much. I also see ROBLOX said pre-recorded. It's a compliment. Thank you. This is not pre-recorded. This is off the top of my head. I mean, the most I got here is some notes. So if you're enjoying, go ahead, share. Send this to a friend who wants to get started in content creation, who you want to make it in this field. Do it. Let's get it. All of us need to grow. I need to grow. You need to grow. Your friends need to grow. Everyone needs to grow in content creation. Let's do it. All right? I'm at 90,000 subs, and a lot of people think that's a lot of subs. But for me, I say, it's only 90,000 subs. I got to do more than that. And it's not a thing to brag. It's a thing for myself, for my mindset, to say, look, I can do more. I'm not going to get complacent and think, 90,000's enough. Just lay back, relax. No, I'm going to sit here and do SmartyTalks and record videos and do this with consistency, so that I can continue to reach higher heights, so that I can continue to learn more. So that I can continue to provide more value to you guys. That's what I'm going to do. So Desi D said, oh nah, it's pre-recorded. It is not pre-recorded. I know you don't think it's pre-recorded. All right, let's go. All right, you guys are interrupting me. That's funny. All right. Let's go. Let's continue. So what is the key that they're missing to consistency? Well, what they're missing is the intention to improve. So you can post videos daily, you can post videos weekly, you can post videos monthly, but if you do not go into it with the intention to improve every single time that you upload a video or write a post on X or make a podcast like what I'm doing right now, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to improve. So consistency plus the intention to improve, done over a long enough time scale, will lead to success, will lead to growth. But consistency on its own is not going to lead to growth if you aren't improving. That is a lie. If someone tells you, oh, you could just be consistent without actually improving, they're lying. It's not true. So, there you go, right? So all these people that are getting angry at me saying, bro, consistency does not help you to grow. Sorry, bro. I don't know who told you that content creation, the only thing you need is consistency on its own without the intention to grow, because it's not true. So get the right strategy. What I'm sharing with you here, this is the right strategy. It's to be consistent with the intention to improve. You have to improve. It's going to take work. It's going to be hard, but you have to do it. You have to improve every time that you post a video on YouTube. Every single time. I mean, it's like going to the gym. If you go to the gym and you just keep benching the bar every single week, are you ever going to build any muscle? Are you ever going to build any muscle? You aren't going into it with the intention to improve. You're not going to get anywhere. It's like that. People who go into content creation thinking that it's consistency only without the intention to improve, without actually putting in genuine effort to get better. It's like that guy in the gym just sitting there benching the bar, hoping that he's going to build some muscle, and doing that for weeks, doing that for months, doing that for years, and ending up frustrated that he came out on the other side still as a French fry. So there we go. There's a whole fight in your server. Do we gotta pause and see what they're fighting over? Honestly, I think this stream has gotten better as it's gone on. What are they fighting about? Are they fighting about the start of this stream? I'm gonna block this. I don't know what's going on, man. I think the start of this stream is decent, but we're getting into the gold now. So let's keep going. And if you're enjoying this so far, if you're still here and you're getting some value from this, I'd love it if you could share this with some people, and I'm sure they would love it too. If you want them to become a successful content creator, we're going to be going into a lot more sauce that's going to help them and help you to do exactly that. Let's go. Yeah, moderation will handle that. They'll handle that. It'll be all good in Smarty devs. All right. Guys, I want to point out one thing real quick. Let me look up Desi D, because he's verified, and he's saying this is facts. I mean, he has more subs than me, and he's saying this is facts. So take that for what it is. Desi D, let's see. Desi D. I'm looking you up right now. 106K. It looks good. Looks like a good channel. W, bro. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's continue. Nah, bro. I'm giving an example here, man. I'm saying he's saying this advice is gold, so take that for what it is. All right. It's gold. Let's go. So next up, adaptability. So we've been talking about a lot of different mindsets, and something very related to what I was just explaining to you is adaptability. So we talked about how this guy, he was really mad at me about consistency not leading to growth on his channel. He'd been sold the lie that consistency on its own without the intention to improve is all you need to grow on YouTube. It's not. And he was mad. But here's the thing, right? Another aspect of this is that he lacked adaptability. So adaptability is so vital to content creation. In fact, I'd say it's one of the most vital traits to succeed in content creation at all. It's a mindset and it's a trait. So what is it? Adaptability is being able to adapt, being able to see the landscape as it is, and then constantly adjust your approach to succeed in that landscape, right? So YouTube changes all the time. They change their algorithm. The people on the platform change. Everything changes on YouTube, right? And if someone stays stuck with the 2010 YouTube success playbook, they're just going to fail. They're not going to make it because YouTube is constantly changing. Same goes for all the other social media platforms. You go to X, you go to Twitter, same thing. Instagram, you go to any other social media, Twitch, doesn't matter where. Things are constantly changing. So that means that adaptability is going to be one of the key traits you need to succeed in that environment. So you have to be able to adapt to these changing circumstances. I mean, your fans, for example, they might be interested in one topic one week and then a whole new one another week as the trends change. You got to adapt. Another example, sometimes YouTube has an entire change in what people on the platform like. Years ago in 2022, YouTube posted on their creator blog, I think it was 2022, they posted on their creator blog that people stopped watching stuff that was centered around trends, and they started watching things that were more personal from creators. They started watching more authentic content by creators that was centered around their interests, their hobbies, things they like, their personality. YouTube had an entire shift in the way that content was created on the platform. Everything changed, right? I mean, you might have even seen that before, where content, it used to be a lot more about the trends. But now there's a lot more creators who are embracing their authenticity. There's a lot more creators like me who are, showing their full personality, their full face, things they haven't talking about things they haven't talked about before. I'm talking about content, didn't used to do that years ago. And they're being more authentic. They're showing more of themselves. They're showing more of their personality. They're showing more of their interest. This was a major change that happened years ago on YouTube. And what's important about this is that this is a complete change in what people like to consume and what creators make, right? And it's an example of what I'm explaining to you. Things change constantly on social media, no matter where you are. So that means you need to be adaptable. Adopt a mindset of adaptability. Embody adaptability. It needs to be a core trait of who you are. You need to just be an adaptable person to make it in content creation. I think the reason that a lot of people who might want to be content creators, who might want to stop working at a job and start making content for a living, can't, is because of a lack of adaptability. They're so stuck in that pattern. And respect to people who do that. Respect. But they're so stuck in that pattern of only working a job and that being their only way of making money, going in and getting their daily tasks and just doing them. They aren't able to adapt to an environment where, hey, you're on your own creating content and you don't have a boss. You have to have total self-reliance, and they can't adapt to that new way of working, right? So you need adaptability again, right? You need adaptability. You need to be adaptable. What's another thing? You can even give me an example in the chat. Let's see. Adaptability. We got Modern Chris joining us. Welcome, Chris. How you doing? I'll answer that question in just a little bit. But Chris is a great example of adaptability. You want to know what he did? Chris basically made an entire trend, or kind of capitalized and took a trend further. I'm pretty sure that people were doing these kind of AFK donation games. There might have been a few out there already, if I remember correctly. And then Chris actually saw this, and then he made his own on his channel, and then he just made lots and lots of content on it. And he made videos about his donation game on Roblox where people would just join in while he's sitting there AFK and just send him Robux. And he actually basically made this viral, right? He turned it into a trend. Before there were some people doing it, but then he turned it into a trend. But what was the key element in him, in who he is, that allowed him to do this? It was his adaptability, right? He was adaptable enough to see an opportunity, take it, and use it to catapult his channel into more fame. It went so far that Flamingo even made a video on it. Flamingo made a video on Modern Chris and his trend and his video. It was pretty funny. I remember it. You can look it up. I honestly got to rewatch it. That was good when that happened. But hey, look, he got so successful that pretty much the number one Roblox YouTuber, or maybe at least in the top 5. I think Creekcraft might be number 1 if I'm remembering correctly, but he's definitely up there. He's one of the top Roblox YouTubers ever. And Modern Chris, who's here right now, he got noticed by Flamingo in such a huge way in his trend that he created. So that's a major example. Modern Chris had the adaptability to take something that he saw as an opportunity and turn it into a trend and blow it up massively and make it very successful. This is an example of adaptability. You need to be adaptable to make it in content creation. And that's the thing. Adaptability, out of all the traits I've just shared with you, adaptability is the number one mindset, the number one trait that can enable you to become successful very, very fast, right? There's not that many traits. I mean, discipline, kind of. Responsibility, kind of. But adaptability, that's an extremely powerful trait. You can use that to go viral, right? Because if you're able to see a trend, see a chance to make it big, make content within that trend, adapt rapidly, go, 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 what's going to happen? You can blow up. You can go viral. You can become a massive creator off of that one opportunity. And that was just one opportunity. And I know Chris, as an example, he's done a lot, not just that trend, but it helped his channel a lot, if I remember correctly. It helped his channel a lot. But yes, adaptability is major in general. It's going to help you to capitalize on trends. It's one of those one traits, one of those one mindsets that's going to enable you to catapult yourself very, very quickly to the top of content creation success. It is that powerful. The other traits, they're important, but they won't do this, right? Now let's look at this on a broader scale, a broader, bigger world stage. We talked about earlier how content creation was a major, major revolution. It's changed everything, and now it's just something we take for granted. I mean, just look at your phone every day and just scroll all the content that's out there. It's something very, very easy to take for granted. But just 20 years ago, this did not exist. It was not that. I mean, it was kind of the onset of content creation a little bit, but it wasn't really there. Most people didn't know about it. Now everyone just has content on their phone. Everyone has YouTube. Everyone has X. Everyone has Snapchat, Spotlight. Everyone has TikTok, something. They have some sort of social media on their phone that they consume every day, but it wasn't like this before. But what was the one trait that enabled people who saw the onset of social media way back decades ago to now to take advantage of that massive opportunity? What was the one trait that allowed them to do that? Well, you look at the broad scale of things, it was adaptability. Just the same. It was adaptability. People who, I mean, look at Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, he started, I mean, years and years ago, and he's even talked about before how people would say, oh, content creation, it's kind of a joke. People didn't even think it could be a real job just in 2012, whenever he got started, around then. But Mr. Beast saw an opportunity. He had the adaptability to see that opportunity, start making content, get really, really good at it, do it for years,